Hello. Hope all of you are enjoying your day. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Today, I want to have a little bit of an informal conversation regarding Digimon's place in the card game atmosphere. Because as it currently stands, it looks like 2025 is going to be one of the years of Digimon of all time, um, which is pretty cool. A lot of good news, a lot of exciting things, lots of stuff to get hyped about. However, we can't just assume that everything is going to be well and good. We need to, understand the situation around us and kind of make our own choices and evaluate what we need to see in order for this to be success. This is not a doom posting video. I have to clarify that nowadays because people are so dumb, for lack of better terminology. This is not doom posting. This is just going to be like an educational discussion about where Digimon is, what needs to be done to keep it there, and so on and so on. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and of course, please like and subscribe. This video came into my brain because one of my peeps sent me this video. They have named the League of Legends trading card game Riftbound, which, by the way, if Max Tapera is watching this, Mr. Max Tapera, we are going to make content for this game, at least I think on his channel or something. You should look forward to that. He's going to teach me the game or whatever, and that's really cool. But it did, again, get me thinking, like, oh yeah, this is coming out. And then it had me thinking, oh yeah, Gundam is coming out too. And all that stuff. So there's a lot going on right now that really does eat up at the market share of trading card games in period. Period. Right? If you guys remember the video we made kind of at the end of 2024, where Digimon was ranked as a TCG player sales, if you remember, it came 6th place. Right? You had your big three, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Then you had Lorcana and One Piece at 4th and 5th. And then you had Digimon at 6th place. You had Star Wars at, I think, it might have been 7th or 8th. I don't remember the exact numbers. You can check the video if you want to. But there were several things impacting things like that. Like, for example, the sales were based off of a year of sales. Star Wars Unlimited did not have a year of sales in 2024. Union Arena, I don't think, had a year of sales in 2024. I think it was close, but I could be wrong on that. But brand new card game, just scratching the surface, right? So you have all these different card games competing against each other, right? Especially in the Bandai space. Because while other card game companies put all their eggs in one basket, that's how they decide to make their money off their card game. Bandai does not apply that theory. They say, we want to have multiple baskets. And we want to take the average person and drain their wallets and stick their draining of wallet into as many baskets as possible. That's kind of how they want to do it. They know that maybe if you don't like Digimon, perhaps you'll like One Piece, or perhaps you'll like Fusion World. Stuff like that. And you have all these games here. And we do have Gundam, which is also coming. Gundam is coming. And when it does, it's another card game to take away at the share of card games. And when the freaking League of Legends game comes out, that's another game that takes away from the share. Now, fortunately, we do know what a failed Bandai game looks like in today's recent era. Battle Spirit Saga was straight up a catastrophic failure. Absolutely terrible. Nothing is worth anything in this game. No one was interested in the cards. No one was interested in playing the game once that cash prize of $1 million was spent. No one cared about the game. It wasn't relatively well designed. It didn't have a lot of popular IPs that really hooked people. Like, everyone knows what a Pokemon is. I could not tell you what a Battle Spirit is. I could not tell you. And I know someone in the comments would be like, well, a Battle Spirit is whatever. I don't really care. But a lot of brand recognition does carry the weight of card games. That's why Lorcana is popping off, because it's Disney, right? makes a lot of sense if you think about it for a few seconds. Battle Spirits had none of that. So Battle Spirits was fighting for market share in a whole bunch of card games that have reputable IPs. Like, everyone knows what a Magic card is. Everyone knows what the Blue Eyes White Dragon is. Everyone knows what Pokemon are. Everyone knows some Disney characters. And then more people know One Piece. Some more people know Digimon. I think everyone knows who Darth Vader is. I don't know anything about Flesh and Blood. I really don't. But Battle Spirits is what a failed game looks like, with irregular product releases, no brand recognition, no one really caring, a crappily designed game. Like, it did everything wrong. It did everything wrong, I'd say, with the exception of advertising the game when it first came out. But you had to do more than that. Like, you can't just bust your load right away. Giggity? You can't do that. You can't do that. You need to maintain. You want to go for as long as possible so that you enjoy it as much as possible. If you blow your load in 30 seconds, it's all over. And GG's. Like, and then another person there, when you do that, will be like, well, thanks for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just no good. And that was the players. Bandai exploded when it came out with BSS, and then left the players that... Okay, that's not the analogy, but I think you know what I'm saying. I think you understand. So we know that Digimon is nowhere near there, right? We know that the Digimon trading card game is nowhere even close to where Battle Spirits was. Like, night and day, different dimensions. We're in a safe place. Digimon's longevity will likely be sustained for years to come. You gotta remember that Digimon is just a money-making machine. Not as much as One Piece, not as much as the big three, but it is a revenue-generating machine. It brings in a lot of money. Like, these $200 USD premium boxes that come out in October or December, you know the ones. They cost nothing to make. It's free. It's free money. Free. The freest money there is. Card games in general are a lot like that, which is cool and exciting. And everyone knows, maybe not everyone, but like a lot of people know what Digimon are. And I've noticed that Digimon has upped their advertising game. They have advertisements everywhere for BT21. They do. Everywhere they have the advertisements. People see it. People will try to get into the game. People will do that. You know, they have a full-fledged plan to keep themselves in longevity, but they have to do a few more things right along the way. They need to give people a reason to buy the cards and use them, besides collecting them. For example, you really want more tournaments. You really do. You really, really, really want to have more tournaments. There were people that have been adamantly saying, you know, just wait till World is over. They're going to announce a whole bunch of events. It's going to be fine. Relax, Mario. Relax. That's what people told me. They told me to relax. And sure, store tournaments are coming too, and whatever, and okay. But like, our regionals, we just had one in North America. Literally this weekend, we did. In a very faraway place. Pasadena Convention Center. Then we have Niagara Falls. Then we have Texas, and then 2 online ones. We are having less regionals than last year at this time by a very large amount. And that is a problem. You know, if I'm going to buy Digimon cards, me personally, I want to be able to compete with them at the highest level. If I can't do that, what's the point? You know what I mean? Locals are boring. They're basically testing excuses. And no one wants to play. Oh, well, that's not true. People want to play over webcam. But, like, you got to have events to do that. You know what I mean? It's a miracle that it is as sustained as it is with the lack of events. It needs more events. Otherwise, people that want to travel for card games, people that want to socialize for card games, people who just want to play card games at a high level every week and every other weekend, they'll go to a different card game, or maybe they'll give a little bit of money to Digimon, but they'll give most of their money to someone else because they'll be able to play that card game more. So this is very, very, very important. Very important. Like, we need more events. ASAP. You also need to fix the game. You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to play a broken game. And I was talking with some of the Yu-Gi-Oh peeps that I know this weekend. 'Cause I went to a Yu-Gi-Oh regional, actually. And the game right now is in a very interesting place. I'm going to get a lot of shit in the comments for saying this. But from a gameplay perspective, when Digimon used to be way better than Yu-Gi-Oh, I do think it's reversed. I think we're at a point where it is more intellectually satisfying to play Yu-Gi-Oh, which was not the case when Digimon first came out. And there are people that play Yu-Gi-Oh for that satisfaction, for that feels good, for that problem-solving process. Digimon does not really have that anymore, unfortunately. Very simple, very streamlined. The amount of combo decks is very far between each other. You know, a ban list that we had just now was a good start, but we need more. We need more creative processes. We need less linear, more thought expansion. We need a lot of this. I don't think it's going to happen, but luckily, a lot of people don't seem to care. Some people do. Some people do. And those are the people that leave Digimon for like One Piece, or go back to Yu-Gi-Oh, or Lorcana, because they're looking for that satisfaction in some cases, right? Important. Very important recognition. You have to keep that in mind. And lastly, the online client. The online client is good news. It's good that it's existing. It's another revenue source for Bandai and the Digimon team, which is really cool. But implementation could make or break it. You know, there needs to be a way to buy your packs that's fair and reasonable. There needs to be a way to make your cards that's fair and reasonable. You need a ranked system, which it looks like is going to exist. And if they're smart, they will allow you to have events, like a regionals, let's say, in the app. That would be really, 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 really cool, right? And the simulator is really good for people that, you know, live in buttfuck nowhere. You know, there are a lot of people that play Digimon that live in buttfuck nowhere. They can't sign up for webcam regionals because it fills pretty quickly, like this one did. And you're shit out of luck. God, I'm dying. Oh my goodness. So that's where Simulator comes in. It gives you that same experience, but not even with a webcam, where cheating is more than possible. Like a fair, balanced system. So the way they implement it could make or break things, but I do have confidence. It looks at least like it's in the right direction. But yeah, Digimon does need to keep their head on straight, because there's a lot of competition out there. And, you know, Digimon in Japan is not the most popular thing. This is true. The hope is that Digimon retains its popularity, can stay 6th or 7th place, because there ain't no way it's beating these games. But Digimon does have an uphill battle to start fighting, because a lot of other games are going to be competing for market share. And who knows, maybe another card game is announced this year that can also fight that. And who knows, maybe Gundam flops. Maybe this freaking League of Legends game does nothing. That's good news for Digimon. Not so much good news for the prospective fans of those individual games, but, you know, let's do the right thing by Digimon. Let's keep it going. And Bandai still has a lot of work to do. Though I do have to give them credit. They've done a lot of work this year. We can see it. But we can't stop that train. What do you guys think about today's video? Well, do let me know in the comments your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you later. Bye!